Hi, I'm Rob Harnell, and this is Right Now. Dialogue. What's that you say? Now, dialogue is one area in which many new writers struggle, and I'm not sure why. I think it has to do with the faulty notion that the writing has to be formal, which can lead to your characters having very unnatural speech patterns. It surprises me too whenever I see dialogue without contractions, as if people say, "I am going to go away," as opposed to "I'm off." Convincing dialogue is all about being natural sounding, and studying dialogue in movies and TV can go a long way in helping you define what is regarded as natural sounding. Unfortunately, listening to real people speaking is not going to help you at all. In real life, people speak aimlessly, without particular regard to sentence structure, punctuation, or even sense sometimes. If you've ever tried to transcribe taped conversations, you'll know this to be true. People speak with lots of pauses, fractured phrases, a liberal dousing of ums and ers and slang. They use their facial expressions too to denote meaning, and when they're sure that other people understand them, they will leave things out completely. This is not a great technique to copy when you're writing. Reading your dialogue aloud can help. Even better, getting someone else to read it aloud will help you notice what sounds right. If your reader stumbles or doesn't seem to get the sense of what you meant, it may mean you have to revisit your dialogue. But what is natural sounding? One word: simplicity. People don't usually speak in long compound sentences when the active propositions are very far from the front of their minds. For instance, this is unnatural. "I heard from a good friend of yours, Leslie, that you were considering a vacation. Is there a particular place you had in mind?" It's more likely this person would say, "Leslie said you were thinking about a holiday. Where are you going?" Similarly, the other person wouldn't answer, "I gave much thought to this issue and decided that, on balance, my preferred destination might be Bognor." The most likely response would be Bognor. Pare down your dialogue to the minimum, giving the most appropriate response up front. People generally speak and answer questions without thinking first. It's automatic. This is the kind of dialogue you should aspire to create. Characters speaking spontaneously, with no real time for reflection. Here are 4 pet don'ts. Number 1, don't make characters state the bleeding obvious. In real life, people, except mothers, rarely do this, as in, "It's raining again," when everyone outside is getting soaked. Number 2, don't use characters to tell the reader about the plot or convey much information. People don't do this in real life either, especially when the characters know all the details already. Number 3, don't have the character ask 2 questions in a row and then the respondent answer them in order. Nobody sane does this. Number 4, don't try to write accents in dialogue. While this used to be a favourite literary trick of bygone authors, it's nowadays regarded as affected. Plus, it's almost impossible to read comfortably. Now, it's often said that you shouldn't write dialogue that doesn't move the action along. However, I've seen this rule broken so many times that I no longer believe it. Whilst it's true you don't want to have lots of character interactions that don't go anywhere, to me there's nothing wrong with people discussing the weather, their health, offering tea and biscuits, and supposedly saying forbidden words like "hello," "okay," "all right," "goodbye," and "thank you." It's more natural for a start. The issue of dialogue is important. Many modern novels are at least 30% dialogue, sometimes up to 70%. So while you want to keep your dialogue minimalist to be the most effective, remember that the key to compelling dialogue is conflict. Having characters agreeing with each other is really dull. The rules are fairly simple. Use dialogue for character development and to add colour, but mostly have your characters arguing and or debating their emotions, actions, points of view and their agendas, because that's what will keep your readers reading. With that, keep writing.